Hare Krishna. So, welcome to everyone. So, last time we discussed about how Jnana Yoga, where Lord Krishna is describing the process of Ashtanga Yoga, doesn't separate itself from the objective of bhakti. Jnana Yoga doesn't mean it is the process of body bending. Yeah. So we discussed the topic as beyond body bends. What do we understand Dhyana Yoga as? So we also discussed how the Ashtanga Yoga process Lord Krishna spoke, but he specifically mentioned about Dhyana Yoga. Although Dhyana Yoga is one of the part of 8 wings of Ashtanga Yoga process. We also discussed on how Ashtanga Yoga process, prerequisite for Ashtanga Yoga process is Yama and Yama. What we should not do, what we should do. Yeah, don'ts and do's is there everywhere. So we also discussed about that. For a normal ecosystem of coming together to earn money, there is a do's and don'ts. Yeah, for example, Prasanna Prabhu's factory also there are do's and don'ts. You cannot just roam around however you like. For example, if you are working in a JSS hospital also there are do's and don'ts. Yeah. So everywhere there are do's and don'ts. Similarly, Jnana Yoga process, the Ashtanga Yoga also has do's and don'ts which are exactly similar to what Prabhupada prescribed. No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. This process is same everywhere. It is not the Prabhupada just picked up from some cloud and just said that this needs to be practiced. This is actually given in the Vedic scripture also, that this Yama and Niyama has to be practiced. And we also discussed how in today's world the yoga has become a bright startup journey for many people who wants to make money, who wants to teach people how to bend their bodies, ultimately utilizing for sense gratification. So that's why very importantly Lord Krishna speaks about managing our mind from the 5th verse of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Ashtanga Yoga process. Ashtanga Yoga process in the 9th verse till the many verses Lord Krishna elaborately speaks about various arrangements you need to do to perform Ashtanga Yoga. There are so many verses Lord Krishna speaks about sitting position, where the ecosystem needs to be, what should be the ambience, where you can actually perform dhyana, all those things, what should be your bodily position, what should be your posture. Yeah, so pranayama, pratyahara, yeah, so many processes are there. But what is the objective of doing it? If the mind itself is not in control, doesn't matter which kind of Arizona forest you go and sit for meditation, I don't think there will be any outcome if mind itself is not cooperating. And how many of us really feel that mind troubles us? How many of us really feel mind troubles us? Every one of us mind troubles, right? I don't think anyone in the world it says that mind is in my control. Yeah. So mind, everyone are tested. Where is the mind? Because sometimes if you want to control, for example, if there is a project manager, if he tells he needs to control people, he knows how many number of people are there in the project. He will go and ensure that people are there, and I will ensure that they will be controlled and ensure that the work is done. If you don't know people living in the project, and you says you manage the project, who are all working? Don't know, they will just You just need to identify. Where to identify? Now, nowadays, because of this COVID situation, most people are joining through Zoom and they have become comfortable. So, just like our ritualistic family, right? Krishna photo mein hai. Photo mein hai. Let's actually do bhakti. Beyond photo, no one actually looks into. Three agarbattis, one agarbatti for your wife, one agarbatti for your children, and another one agarbatti for Krishna. Finish. My day's quota is done. But what about Krishna? He's not there in the photo. He's there in the photo also, but he's there in your life also. Oh, that is complicated. Don't even bring. Very, very complex to manage. So most of our life in the ritualistic way, we bind Krishna in the photo. That's all. We don't want Krishna to appear. Right? So that's the way in today's world also. Many people are experimenting after COVID, listening to so many lectures coming in Zoom, coming in YouTube, coming here, coming there. As soon as you tell that there is a physical presence also required in Mysore, no bro, I'm happy to see you on Zoom. But physical presence, little difficult. Don't know what kind of restriction might be there. I'm happy to listen to Bhagavad Gita. And it's nice to hear some peacefulness comes. But following it, little hesitant. I don't think I'm following it. Many people don't even think that there is need to follow also. They think that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has spoken. So to accept Krishna, many people in India, most people in India accept Krishna. Very lovely boy of pleasure giving and happy soul. Put him in the photo. We have putting so many. I have my wife's photo in the room, father's photo in the hall, Krishna's photo in the puja room. Okay, keep some space. So this kind of ritualistic mindset has set forth in most of us. Most of us. Because of that, we are not able to understand relevance of Bhagavad Gita in our life. Bhagavad Gita is relevant to us. How many agrees? Bhagavad Gita is relevant to us. Actually, one person came, it's around 1.5 months back. He was in a panic mode. Sir, I need 10 Bhagavad Gitas. I said, fine, I can arrange it for you. Immediately I need. And I said, okay, I'll get it. You please come. So how much is the money? Don't worry about the money, you come first. And he came to pick it up. And he came, sat down. He was in a real panic mode. He was looking like this, like that. Actually, he's a colleague of mine. Works. He's looking here, looking there, here. And he sat down. Then I gave the Bhagavad Gita. See this. Sir, immediately I'm paying you. I said, hold on, don't worry. And he sat down. And I asked, what triggered you? Have you read Bhagavad Gita? Sir, no. Actually, one of my astrologer told me that I am going to go through enormous difficulty in my life. And they gave me a solution. If you give Bhagavad Gita to 10 qualified recipients, then you will almost get rid of your sins. Sins means troubles, right? You will get rid of your troubles. So I said, can you consider yourself as one of the recipient? Take one Bhagavad Gita to your home also. Sir, at the moment, I want to give it to people. So can I give it to the schools? I told them, if astrologer has told you, qualified recipient, then the Bhagavad Gita should not reside in the library as a decorative instrument. It should be read. Sir, who will read? He was getting into challenge. Who will read Bhagavad Gita? If they read, then my problems get solved. And I was thinking, where am I put into? I'm not exaggerating. I will tell you, I'm not exaggerating. I'm just telling you as is. His challenge was, who will read? If they read Bhagavad Gita, I will be happy. I told him, if you read Bhagavad Gita, you will be happy. No, sir. First, someone needs to read. So I need to give 10 books to. Then I told him that I actually told him some of the recipients who can receive. And he told me, sir, can you spend some hours? I said, why? Please, sir, you need to come over there and ensure that you tell them importance of Bhagavad Gita. I said, fine, I can come. So he panically went to places where I told, and he gave it to them. And as soon as he told the Bhagavad Gita sessions, they were also, oh, is it? Okay, then fine, no problems. And he gave them some donations also. And some places he went as an ashrama or somewhere. So he gave donations, and from there he called me, sir, I'm giving it to the manager. Can you speak to them? So I said, fine, no problems. I can speak. Give it to them. So they said, we want Bhagavad Gita. And I spoke to them. And their challenges, there was a deviation in their challenge. Now they started speaking. So Bhagavad Gita. I said, fine. Sir, if you can come and please speak to Bhagavad Gita to all our residents here. So I said, fine, no problems. Sir, we want all our residents to ensure that they come out in colors. I said, who are the residents? I have a private schools and I have students. I want to ensure that all of them focus on studies. Then I said, if they want to focus on studies, why do you need Bhagavad Gita? They don't have time. If you want, no sir, actually you tell them to recite shlokas. You make them to recite shlokas, and if they recite shlokas, they will get. I said, fine, I will be able to come. And this person, colleague of mine, became very happy. Thank you very much, sir. So you helped me. So many of us really think Bhagavad Gita, our spirituality is only a utility in our house to solve our problems. Beyond that, we really don't want to think beyond. If you want anything, if they say keep someone else in the puja room also, they will keep. Or if you replace, it's not in Vastu Shastra, Krishna has to be in northeast, okay, northeast. Ganesha has to be in east, okay, in east. They are ready to do all those things, do not even understand why I am keeping all of them in my house. This is the problem. That's why Krishna elaborately discusses Bhagavad Gita as a yoga. What is yoga means? Yoga means to connect. Yoga means to connect. Today, all of us are connected in this world. And our connection has been troublesome. Why? We are connected to the facilities of this world. These facilities not only gives us happiness, but also gives us misery, distress. That's why in the 5th chapter, Lord Krishna said, whichever the object present in this world, if it has a happiness and with a beginning and an end, please understand that you should never ever take shelter of those objects. But if you see in this world, everything has a beginning and an end. Yeah. So hence we really need to understand Bhagavad Gita is meant for eternal happiness. It is not a temporary solution. So we really need to see how to utilize the principles of Bhagavad Gita, where our situation today is we are heavily linked to the matters of this world. How many of you agree? We are heavily linked to the matters of this world. With the deepening attachment what we have with the matters of this world comes the misery. For example, our misery can be solved within a second. For example, we are in a very, very miserable situation. One phone call comes and he gives a hope, everything is solved. You are going to get so much money. And for example, if a person is looking for a job, miserably, he's stressed out. One call comes, you have been selected. Your salary is 15 lakh rupees per year. He will just all the misery what he had till now with parents, sister, brother cursing him, humiliating him, or his friends, everything is put into rest altogether. One moment, everything is solved. How many of you have felt? I have felt so many times. Miserable situation which is unsolvable, within a second of call from somewhere comes and everything is solved. Who was the solver in our body? Have you ever noticed? Who is the solver in our body? Who actually give us this solace from one troublesome situation to complete resolution? I'm not asking you. Your duty is to only do the garland. Very, very, that's why this body is a complex scientific manufactured instrument which no one knows how to manage it. That's why even corona time doctors are scratching their head. Now it is 1.651 point whatever it is. What is that, Prabhu? Our Devesh Prabhu is there. And everyone are getting scared. Now another variant. So this struggle will go on. More than the corona variant, have you ever imagined we ourselves have different variants in our life which we keep on changing our variants one after the other? We release, pandemic, and we ourselves have vaccination after some time. Husband and wife fight, pandemic. Next day, vaccination. And if someone else comes in between, they would be carrying the variant with no vaccination. Husband and wife already have vaccinated together. So this pandemic and vaccination is within us only. This variant, leave the variant outside. Variants we emit every day in our life. Every day in our life. Beta 1.1.7, 1.1.8, 1.1.9. Our whole life is a variant of, viruses we are giving out within our own family. And natural vaccination. So yoga means to link. But what to link? Today we are all linked together. To whom? Enjoying the matters of this world, facilities of this world. So I discussed about, I'm recapping what we discussed. So I gave an example. If you're walking, you need to put 1 foot down and 1 foot up. You cannot put 2 foot up and walk. If you are said, then you are the He-Man of this world. So you have to put 1 foot down and 1 foot up. So link means what? Link means it's a coupler. It is a coupler, or what do you call it, as a anchor, right? or a hook. So if you are hooked to the matters of this world and you are enjoying, actual yoga process is to link to God. And if you are hooked to Krishna, hooked to the matters of this world, if you need to hook to God, you need to unhook. Unhook yourself from the matters of this world to hook yourself to God. This is the yoga process. So that's what Lord Krishna is elaborately speaking in this chapter also. How to unhook. Hooking, Lord Krishna speaks only few verses in Bhagavad Gita. Unhooking, he is speaking elaborately in every chapter of Gita. And that's why, if Venkatesh Prabhu asked a question, Prabhu, in the third verse or in the second verse, Lord Krishna says, what is called renunciation, you should know to be the same as yoga. What is called renunciation, you should understand it is same as yoga. Unhooking yourself from matter is unhooking yourself from matter, unlinking yourself from matter is renunciation. It is not that only saffron people needs to do, every one of us needs to do. Linking yourself to God is yoga. So, can renunciation and linking to God remain independent? It isn't, both has to go hand in hand. Unlinking yourself from matter, linking yourself with God. Both needs to go hand in hand. That's why, if you take I spoke this as well, that if you take the Ashtanga Yoga process, ultimately it says your conclusion of Ashtanga Yoga process is you need to focus on something which is, yeah. So, many of the teachers says, now I have done Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, then Dharana, then Dhyana and Samadhi. Now I have done so much now. Now I need to focus. Focus on whom? I gave him one word. The yogic definition of focusing is something on abstract. What is that abstract? Something imagination. No, actually I like my wife very much. Okay, you focus on her. How to focus? Focus. She has a beautiful face. Oh, okay, focus on her. Or do you have something replacement? Oh, okay, I have a big ball. And it will be revolving. In our corporate world, we have this. Now I go for chanting. It will be with a hand with a metal wire. And it is a big ball. And you are sitting in the center. You have to sit in the circle. And you have to look. And and you have to just, and I'll be chanting. And someone says, don't make noise. Focusing. After doing this, after a few minutes, that's it. Dhyana, Samadhi. And you need to do so much for this. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pratyahara, Dharana. My goodness, to come to the stage of Samadhi. And many people don't even say Yama, Niyama. Now everyone are into Asana. So actually, decoupling yourself from matter is renunciation. Coupling yourself to God, Krishna, is yoga. So unlinking and linking happens together. You don't need to do renunciation artificially. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayatyasu Vairakyam Tanam Chayat Ayasukam. As soon as you become devoted to Krishna, Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, when you develop devotional service to Krishna, Janayatyasu Vairagyam, automatically comes the Vairagya. What Vairagya? It's not Falgu Vairagya. What is that Vairagya? Everything is belonging to Krishna. Hari Sambandhi Vastunaha. Mumukshivir Parityago Vairagyam Falgu Katyate. everything is belonging to Krishna, what should I do? If everything belongs to Krishna, what should I do? I should use it. For example, some of you buy groceries in Vrindavan. Upstairs, we bring it to the kitchen. I go and use the groceries what you have bought. What do I do with the groceries? I cook for whom? Krishna and all of you who are the end recipients. You get what I mean? So, Janayatyasu Vairagyam. Vairagya doesn't mean that, oh, I need to leave away everything. Don't look at. Mataji, beautiful. Don't look at. Ooh. Oh. Now, this is called a kind of Falgu Vairagya. As soon as you see something beautiful, if you can appreciate Krishna, then it is called Yukta Vairagya. Appreciating Krishna means what? You understand that they are connected to Krishna. If someone belongs to someone else, can you capture them? I don't think so. Yeah? So that is the Yukta Vairagya. That is what in the scripture tells all of us to practice. If you have Yukta Vairagya, then becomes everything wonderful. For example, Devesh Prabhu is doing his MD in pediatrics. Yeah. He was in jubilation when a devotee mother went for operation for giving birth. He sent me messages. No who doctor in the world will say, oh, I got such an opportunity to see a devotee child coming out of a Vaishnavi. You get what I mean? He was sending me, thank you Prabhu for sending. Everyone does it as a profession. Who says, thank you so much Prabhu? Why? You understand that Yukta Vairagya, everyone are part and parcel of Krishna. I need to actually serve them. That is actually renunciation, because that kind of renunciation you should know to be the same as yoga. Yoga means what? Connection to Krishna. If that actually brings us closer to Krishna, everything is energy of Krishna. If we can utilize each and everything in service of Krishna, that Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayatyasu Vairagyam Gnanam Chayatahetukam. This is what K.S. Narayanachar yesterday, he left this world. Amazing personality. He actually, taught us how to actually develop culture practically in this world. How to be a cultural nationalist. If you have heard the lectures of K.S. Narayanachar, the professor, amazing. He brings about the spark in each and every person to develop bhakti for his own country, but not at the cost of bhakti for Krishna. That was the amazing talent he had. He was straightforward. He never, he was diplomatic. He was straight, but he never hurt people. He spoke in such a way that the message is delivered. Use everything in the Krishna service. That is actually, that was the second verse, yeah? So we discussed about this eightfold yoga system also, the third verse, and the fourth verse also, that Krishna speaks about starting of yoga is you need to do something, connect to matter only, then only you can understand how to give up matter. So unless and until you are doing karma, how can you become karma yogi? So giving up the results only happens when you accumulate results, right? If you don't even accumulate results, and if you are sleeping at home and eating someone else, hard, labor, then you are not at all even started. That's why fourth verse, actually you need to start doing something to understand how to renounce something. A person is said to be elevated in yoga when, having renounced all material desires, he neither acts for sense gratification nor engages in fruitive results. Yeah. So we discussed about this. Now we are going to go for 20 minutes. We are going to finish the next 4 verses where Lord Krishna elaborately speaks about managing our mind. Fifth verse. Uddharet atmanatmanam na atmanam avasadayet atmaiva hi atmano bandhur atmaiva ripuratmanah. Very, very important verse. Why does Krishna is speaking about mind even before starting Ashtanga Yoga? Because Lord Krishna wants to alert all of us what is the purpose of doing all these things. For example, if you have a plane, if one terrorist is there, somehow or the other, we can manage. If the pilot comes to know that all the passengers are terrorists, how do you manage? Which strategic place is there to manage these terrorists who have hijacked? So that is the pilot situation. We today, if we know our hand is making mistake, okay, punish the hand. If stomach is making mistake, make him hungry for some time, he will learn. If tongue is making mistake, red tape, put the red tape so that he won't speak. If the eyes are making mistake, put the, or put the mask today so that, or, but if the mind is making mistake, how are you going to control? Where is the mind? People don't even know where is the mind. So as subtler it becomes more difficult to manage. If it is grosser, you can easily manage. That's why Purandaradasa said, Anukala uchinte jiva ke manavu Shri Ranganol mechuva tanaka Anukala uchinte jiva ke manavu. How many of you don't understand Kannada? So this is a Purandaradasa. He is saying, Anukala uchinte, doesn't matter who you are always worried. Shri Ranganol mechuva tanaka, unless and until you are not pleased to Krishna, you are always going to have trouble. Sati idaru chinte, sati illada chinte, matihina satiyu adaru chinte. Girls can say, Pati itaru chinte, Pati illada chinte, matihina patiyu adaru chinte. Prithviyolage sati kadu chalveyadaru Miti meri illada mohada chinte. If she is so beautiful, you are not able to control yourself. Forget about controlling the world. You have to put everything in a black box and take her. You get what I mean? Sati Turchinta, having wife is the problem, not having wife is the problem. Having wife who is not chaste is the problem. And Purandaradasa goes on, Badavanadaru chinte, Balidanadaru chinte, Badavanadaru chinte. If you don't have money, it's the problem. Balidanadaru chinte. If you have everything, it's the problem. Purandaradasa strikes everything black and white. Hidi honnu kayoladaru chinte. If you have so much with you, if you have, let us say, $1 billion, where to invest? How to make it more? 2 billion, 2.5 billion. Market crashed. What market today? This there was one company, right, where we all scan and pay money. Paytm. Everyone invested money, and they didn't know logic why they are investing, and they collected so much money. And as soon as the investment made, it went to public. Public didn't show interest. Started crashing. Everyone are in ಹಿಡಿಹೊನ್ನು ಕೈಯೊಳಾದರೂ ಚಿಂತೆ ಪೊಡವಿಯೊಳಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಬಿಡದ ಧ್ಯಾನಿಸದೆ ಚಿಂತೆ ನಿಶ್ಚಿಂತೆ ಪೊಡವಿಯೊಳಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಬಿಡದೆ ಧ್ಯಾನಿಸಿದರೆ ಚಿಂತೆ ನಿಶ್ಚಿಂತೆ. So what is that? It is called Yukta Vairagya. It is not that you are renouncing, leaving everything, but you are utilizing each and everything in the service of Krishna. Yeah, you are getting what I mean? So one must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. Uddare Atmanam. Here the Sanskrit is so eloquent and scholarly. Mind is also called Atma. Soul is also called Atma. Body is also called Atma. How to understand? That's why we need to Padakamalayur Dasanu Dasanu Dasanu. We need to follow the Acharyas. Otherwise we will understand something else and Karmanyavadikaraste. Do your duty. So Kayakave Kailasa. So everyone start concluding Bhagavad Gita in a different way. So Uddaret Atman Atmanam Na Atmanam Avasadayet. Never put yourself, your life into degradation. Atmaiva hi Atmano Bandhur. Atmaiva. Only mind is Atmano Bandhur. Your friend. Atmaiva Ripur Atmanaha. It can also become your greatest enemy. That is factual, right? If you do not, in the next verse, Bandhur Atma Atmanastasya Yenatma Evatmana Jitah Anatmanastu Satutve Vartetatmayeva Shatruvat. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. One who has controlled the mind. For example, if you are able to control the fire, you can be a cook. Otherwise, people will be scared if you switch on the gas stove. My goodness, making so much of, because everyone was scared of fire. Dangerous. If you are married, if you control your wife, then family life will be peaceful. If you do not manage your wife, then miserable. If you just give whatever she wants, just keep on feeding and make her. I gave you the story of my friend in Sydney, right? Honey, what should I wear? Wear anything. He was a devotee. She was also a devotee, practicing. For 1 or 2 years they were practicing. Honey, anything you wear, that's okay. Dear, can we have outside lunch today? I'm not able to. It's okay, fine, let's have outside. After this kind of affection, when I went to Sydney, I told, the kitchen had become, something antique. Antique? Everything is spick and span. I'm a cooking fanatic. Seeing antique, I became crazy. I said, what you both are doing? Prabhu, we are both are working, Prabhu. We go to, Darling Harbour. There is a beautiful Buddhist restaurant is there. He gives spring rolls and rice and dal. Fantastic, Prabhu. We have it in the afternoon. How about evening? Prabhu, when we come back from Darling Harbour to the North Sydney corner, Govinda's restaurant, it is just 2 minutes from our home. Have dinner and go home, Prabhu. So how is your life? Nothing. What is the challenge you have? Only washing clothes, and that too, the washing machine does. Within few days, idol's mind, devil's workshop. If you cannot conquer the mind, conquering means what? You need to control. Again, poking. Yeah? So, we need to control the mind. Unless and until we don't control the mind, our life will be miserable. Anything if you see, you need to control. Knife you need to control. If you don't control the knife, and if you chop like this, and you can put knife to anyone, uncontrolled knife is dangerous. Car you need to control. Doesn't matter how beautiful the car is, car you need to control. If you don't control the car, if car starts controlling, for example, if you yourself become uncontrolled, and if you enter into the car like this and hold the steering wheel, gone. Controlling is very, very important. That's why Krishna is saying, for him who has controlled the mind, mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. How to control the mind? Manaha means what? Manaha, something which is not mind. If something which is not mine, how can you control? You get what I mean? If something which is not yours, you don't have anything, nothing to control. Who is in control? Savai Manah Krishna Padara Vindayo Vacham Sivaikuntha Gunanuvarnane. Savai Manah Krishna Padara Vindayo. This Manaha is in the control of Krishna. Vacham Sivaikuntha Gunanuvarnane. Ambarish Maharaj says how to control the mind. Ambarish Maharaj was not, he said everything is false, let me get out. He was a king, responsible king. He said how to control. I clean the temple, I use each and every facility which I have for doing the activities for Krishna. Then the mind becomes controlled. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. But no one in this world really teaches us how to control. Today, everyone are making money for creating destruction in our life. Everyone are creating destruction. Anything you take. But if you really want to use the destructive thing in construction, you need to utilize in the service of Krishna. Mobile is a destruction, but use that mobile in the service of Krishna, it becomes construction. Everything is a destruction. There are something which you cannot, construct at all. For example, that's it. It will construct. If you drink, then destruction unlimited. And entertainment also, it can be. Its entertainment is a destruction, but if it is utilized in the service of Krishna, it is a construction. For example, entertainment, how did it start in the entire world? Before Ramayana, there was entertainment which was philosophized, which was giving the value of life. That was the start of entertainment. From God, now it went to the family. In the family also, they started focusing on the entertainment which is family centered. How to take care of children, how to take care of wife, how to take care of husband, parents, how value education in the parents. All my study days, my focusing, the films which were coming were all family centered, giving some moral story. There also, there was a chinte, but it was a chinte of only one wife. Today, films don't even come to the market if there is only one hero and one heroine. One hero with Chanchalahai Mana Krishna, Pramatam, Balavadrudam. 5 varieties of heroines. And then only it will start. it will start actually running. There was a old song which my father used to sing. This very, very old song. I think it's P.B. Srinivas or something who has sung. Let me. Valadina Priyatame. This is a very, very emotional, catching song. Those who are not our Govind Prabhu, he doesn't know. Valavina Priyalate means my most dear. Priyalate means what? The Lata means, what is the creeper? What does the creeper do? Clings to the support. And creeper, once it is cling, very difficult to take it out. Avalade chinte. Once it clings, only you are meditating on her. Avala mate, her words. Madhura Gite, beautiful lullaby. Avale nanna devate, she is the God. This is the conclusion. At least in the world film, whatever, from God is Krishna, there was a lot of films, and then God become your wife, there was the next stage of films. Now this God are everywhere. Enjoy everywhere. At least the family centered was there. Okay, one person, one mind you can manage. So mind, very, very, very difficult customer to manage. We need to understand. That's why Kulashekara Alvar, he was a king, practical philosopher. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Shri Krishna padambuja nindante priya bandhava gurujana grahyantu muchantu va durvadam parigoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va. He said, let my family tell anything to me. Let my own God brothers speak rumors about me. Let my attachment to Krishna never ever deviate. That was Kulashekara Alvar. So, unless and until we Chitta Vrittim Achalam, who Kulashekara Alvar always used to pray to Krishna. What is the only one thing he used to say? Chitta Vrittim Achalam. My mind is disturbed. Please make my mind stable. If you can control your senses, okay, something gross is available to you, you can control to some other. If the mind you cannot see anywhere, how can you control? Who can you take shelter of? Only Krishna. Because Manaha, which is not ours. You can actually go to mind management, in YouTube, if you go, people will start, take breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. After going home, food in, food out, food in, food out, food in, food out, food in, food out. This is a mechanical process. Definitely it has some value, but it doesn't have, it is like, for example, Devesh Prabhu, fever, or if the leg has gangrene, he will give some antiseptic medicine, okay, go. But if he comes again back, Vishwajit Prabhu had some problem 3 years back, repeatedly, and I told him, leave sweets. You will come out of the problems. Right, Namamu? He used to eat as he was new to Mysore, and he was so attached to this Nandini Peda. Nandini Peda. Beautiful Nandini Peda. So tasty. Only 5 rupees. And Nandini Mysore Pak, 5 rupees. Eat. And how much medicine you can give? Prabhu, please leave those sweets. Once I came to know he's eating too much sweet at home, and parents are also chubby. My Vishwajit, okay, have more sweets. Okay, have more sweets. So I said, you need to leave. And he seriously followed. I don't know whether he follows now, but he seriously followed that time. 1 year, no sweets he ate. And automatically everything came in straight line. And he used to come and ask, Prabhuji, can I take a little bit sweet? I said, okay, take. Everything, his health became perfect. So, we need to, Mana, if we really want to focus, we need to take shelter of Krishna. Otherwise, it is not possible. And Krishna, before even elaborating Ashtanga Yoga process, yeah, don't go to, thinking about, what height I need to set, what kind of dress I need to wear, what should my body position, understand, yeah, nothing body position will focus, give you result. Understand, one stupid person is there in your this one. Please understand, the whole objective of doing Ashtanga Yoga is control that monkey who is sitting inside. If you understand that, you will. So that's what Krishna is telling this. Yeah. The last verse I will conclude here. Jitatmanah prashantasya paramatma samahitah shitoshna sukha tata mana apamanayo. For one who has conquered the mind, the super soul has already reached, and he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor or dishonor are all the same. If you control the mind, jita atmana, if you control the mind, paramatma samahita, you are only one step to me. If you control the mind. If with uncontrolled mind, if we keep on saying, oh, I'm fantastic, I will do this, I will do that, I will do this, I will do that, I don't think it's going to work out. We really need to focus. That's why there are so many processes that is being given. But at the end, Vasudeva Bhagavati, Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, Janayatya Suvairagyam, Nanam Chiyata Hetukam. If we are automatically taking shelter of Krishna, who is the controller of mana? Then automatically Vairagya. Here, to such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. All the same means what? Happiness is same, unhappiness is same means what? He is not really worried about what is happening. It's okay, he understands. It's all the plan of the life we need to pass through. Ultimate goal is Krishna. So this unhappiness also, let me go through as a testing period to come out with the flying colors. Yeah? Another verse is also saying, Jnana Vijnana Truptatma Kutasto Vijitendriya Yukta Iti Uchyate Yogi Samaloshtrasma Kanchana. A person who is said to be established in self-realization is called yogi when he is fully satisfied by the virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and he is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it is a pebble, stone, or a gold, as the same. So, it's very, very important to understand. To come to a situation where we understand pebble, stone, and gold are same, it is not easy. For example, Purandaradasa could do it. He threw the gold into the rivers. And he found that it's very difficult to, and he was actually giving each and everything from his home. I'm not saying you all have to stop coming from tomorrow. Don't think about those. These are all, highly elevated devotees, and to get to that situation, you need to be very, very, lucky. Yeah, and he accumulated so much. And he wanted to give it away one by one. One box to one, another box to one. Purandara, whom to give? Some people are saying, have hidden agenda. Don't take this. He is giving his all impious way of earning money, throw it out. And distributing also became a challenge. Earning was a challenge, distributing was a challenge. And the wife told, who are you to give? And how should I live? I have to give it to everyone before leaving. She said, just put tulsi on the house terrace. Say Krishna Arpanamastu and just leave. Who are you to give to anyone? Did you earn? You got from Lord's mercy. Trouble also you got. This is the plan of Lord. Giving, you are thinking that you are in control. That's why you are trying to give. Nothing is in your control. Just put the tulsi and just leave. And Purandara said, you are my spiritual master. Because of her only he was. You are my guru. So we need to really understand that, how to actually manage our mind. Mind is really, really troublesome. Having too much is also a problem. Having nothing is also a problem. Yeah? So that is, one was established in self-realization and is called a yogi when he is fully satisfied with the virtue of acquired knowledge. He considers pebbles, stones and gold as same. Another story of Sanatana Goswami also, who left. Lord Shiva said, Sanatana Goswami has something who can give you. One devotee said, went to Shiva and said, I want these many. He was having, okay, there is one Sanatana Goswami in Vrindavan, you go to him and he will give you. And that devotee of Lord Shiva came to Sanatana Goswami and he said, I want something really precious. And Sanatana Goswami said, okay, see in the garbage bin there is one thing so precious. And he picked up, it was a touchstone. Chintamani, everyone are Chintamani only. Chintamani was there. And he came, my dear Lord, Dandavat pranams. What is the benefit of this? You touch anything, it will turn to gold. When he was going, and he started thinking, merchants are all very, very, very intelligent. Chintamani is keeping in the garbage and he gave me just so freely. He must be having something which is much more precious than this. Let me go back to him again. It was a trouble. Merchants, He went back and he said, what is something which you have which is more precious than it? You said precious, you take it from the garbage. If it is a garbage, I think you have just left it out. I think you have something, I will gun you down if you don't tell. He just said, you really want to do it? If you really want to do it, I will tell you. I said, I want to do it. You will not take your words back? He said, I will not take. Okay, come and sit with me. He just gave the tulsi beads and said, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Don't get scared, Baba. Krishna consciousness is Yukta Vairagya. Utilize everything in service of Krishna. We are not telling anything you give up. Utilize everything in the service of Krishna. So, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.